And I want to say this for all the readers that are coming up here tonight. Those steps are uneven, and they're uneven going up, and they're uneven going back down. So be very careful. And if you need a hand, just let us know, and we'll be glad to help you get up and down those steps. And so, yeah, so be careful.
Good evening. Well, I got to tell you, I feel pretty humbled to be able to do what I'm about to do. I want to tell you about a family. I think it's the oldest continuous fishing family on the West Coast. And I've always been really proud to call them friends. The Parker family, there was Evan and Frank, and their brother Jimmy was a special friend of mine. He had a boat named the Roseanne Hess. I was probably the last one aboard the Hess. She blew ashore in Kodiak, and it was abandoned, and I went by and looked at her, and a couple of days, I'd see if I could get her off there because she was a special boat. A couple of days there, somebody burned it. But Jimmy retired from fishing and bought the fuel dock down here, and he was always really good to fishermen. If you come in there and you was having a hard time or something, like you needed fuel to get back out to try to pull your fat out of the fire, Jimmy was good for it. Only thing is, if there was a crib game going, you had to wait till that game was over. Well, his son Scotty followed in his footsteps. There's lots of stories about Scott. They're all true. He's bigger than life. All of the Parkers were, and like I said, I'm proud to be able to call them friends. And tonight, Scott's daughter is here. Come on up here. And she's going to read you a poem and hopefully tell you a story too about her dad and her uncles and her grandpa. Give her a good hand. This is Jen Hamaker.
Oh, sorry. I got you dead center right there. I'm honored to be here with you tonight. I'd like to thank a man that I've never met, John Broderick. He made it possible for me to be here and to share my poem that I wrote for you, or to you, for my dad. Thank you, Dave, for your wonderful introduction. And a shout out to our MCs, Dano and Pat. My dad is Scott Parker. We belong to one of the oldest, and of course best, fishing families on the West Coast. This is gonna be tough. Bear with me. More time. You're going to get to know me through my words today. I'll give it a go, and I hope and pray that you'll hear my words and what they say. I'm not an acclaimed writer with rhythm or rhyme, but I've got an agenda. I ask for more time. I want you to know who he considers his kin. I'm the fisherman's daughter. You can call me Jen. And with that, I'll begin. I was going to start by telling you about my dad and his mistress, the sea. She's been his mistress since before even me. He dreamt me up from far away, pulled me from the ether, so some say. His blonde-haired, green-eyed lass. He named me Jenny. My grandpa said I'd been named after an ass. G-I-N-N-Y, Jenny, was what they called an old mule. He thought my dad such a fool. But he didn't understand my father's love for his sweet young girl who was sent from above. Then I thought of telling you about the call I received from my stepmom, Mary. Only you few would believe. My dad's boat was split in two, into the drink when he and his crew, a big barge had just run them clean through. They saw the Coast Guard helicopter as it turned away. Fishermen, the life they live, the price they pay. They'd be missed forever if not found. Oh God, please just turn around. The water was ice, like 50 below. Then they heard the whip and they saw the glow. The Coast Guard was back. Well, what do you know? Snatched up from the deep. And he didn't make it. No time to weep. Or the time his boat capsized in the Bering Sea. His death that day wasn't meant to be. My 18-year-old sister was on that trip. From Oregon to Alaska. She was wretchedly sick. But there was something nagging. There was something he knew. So he chartered a plane, and to home she flew. I should tell you the story of Great Uncle Evan on one of the last whaling boats this side of heaven. He'd harpooned a whale, pulled in, tethered tight. He jumped on his back, plunged in the air hose with all of his might. The wild beast awoke, started bucking and snorting, and into the sunset, those two went a-courting. But don't worry, they found him the next morning. I should probably explain how my dad felt fighting the Viet Cong in the jungles, in the night, surrounded by Nam. The brothers he'd made, the memories won't die. Sometimes, to this day, we still watch him cry. I can tell you how proud of his kids he feels. His throat tightens, his eyes fill with pride, his heart is revealed. How he used to call me once a week when I was pregnant with his first grandchild. How he sat and he stared while holding her. He smiled. How he was there in the hospital over the months we spent, waiting and praying for my son Rylan to heal, and how much that meant. Enough with that. And on with now. I need your help. I need your vow. My dad has cancer, stage 4. His time is slipping, but I want more. Please touch your hands together and clasp real tight, finger through finger, and with all of your might, whisper, shout, beg, and plead. To this cancer we will not concede. I want more time with my dad. There's so much more life to be had. I want you to live, love, and laugh. I'll protect you, I'll support you, and on your behalf, I will stay strong and soft. And I'll keep us all close, for I know that is one thing you wanted the most. We must fight this fight, no matter the toil. We must stay vigilant, we must stay loyal. By the strength of many, by who he calls his kin. I bid you good night. We all love you, Dad. Your daughter, Jen.